Yo guys, I'm back with another Minecraft tutorial. Here in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to build this modern mansion. It has 3 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, a large open floor plan for the second floor of the house, and a nice sized pool in the backyard. Here's the plot size for the build. If you want just the house itself and none of the landscaping, then you'll be paying attention to the square in the middle. From left to right, you'll need 38 blocks. From front to back, you'll need 39. Now, if you want everything which includes the house as well as the landscaping for the front and backyard, then from left to right, once again, you'll need 38 blocks. From front to back, you'll need 65. Now let's pay attention to the space at the bottom. That's going to be the space needed for the front yard. So in between those 2 orange lines, you should be able to count 10 spaces of grass. And then at the top is the space needed for the backyard. So in between those 2 orange lines, you should be able to still count 14 spaces of grass. Here in part 1, we're probably going to mark out all the exterior walls for the first floor of the house. I made sure to go ahead and grab every block that we're going to be using for the exterior. So make sure you have the white concrete, some gray concrete, black stained glass paints, dark oak trapdoors, and dark oak fences, the lantern, tripwire hook, chain, and then the stripped spruce logs and stripped spruce wood. And I'm going to be using some jungle leaves as a decoration, but you could use whatever you prefer. Let's start with the white concrete. I'm going to head on over here to the front left corner of the build, within the edge of the plot size for the house itself. So with the white concrete, I'm going to start here in this corner. I'm going to work my way over towards the right and place 11. So that is going to be the start of the foundation for the house. Now behind this block here, we're going to go ahead and work our way towards the back by 5. And now switch to the gray concrete. We'll go towards the right of that, place 1. Then skip over 3 until you're on the 4th space. We're going to have another 2. Now behind this block, let's place another 2. And then let's grab the stripped spruce wood. I'll just swap out those dark oak trapdoors. And towards the right of that gray concrete, we're going to place 8 of the stripped spruce wood. Now back to the white concrete. We're going to go towards the right, work our way back up towards the front, and we're going to place 4. And then we'll have 1 going towards the right. Switch to the gray concrete, go back 1 block, so from the corner of this white concrete, and we're going to place a strip of 7 towards the right. Now back to the white concrete, go out from the corner, and have 2 more. So this is what the front side is looking like so far. Let's head on back over here towards the right. We're going to start working our way along the side towards the back. So right behind this white concrete, we're going to place another 12. Now let's go towards the left of that, starting here, have another 2. And now, starting here, going towards the back again, let's have another 4. And then towards the left again, another 2. And now starting here, another 4 going towards the back. And then towards the right of that, we're going to go back out and have 2. And then starting here, work your way towards the back again and have another 12. So now this final block should be right here on the edge of the plot size for the house itself. So we have the right side marked out. Let's do the left side. So let's line up over here back to where we left off this white concrete. So right behind it, we're going to work our way towards the back and place 12. And now towards the right of that, let's have another 2. And then starting right here, work your way towards the back again and have another 11. And now towards the right, another 2. And then starting right here towards the back again, another 12. And you should then be left with a single space of grass here until you meet up with the edge of the plot size. So you should now have a shape looking a little something like this. Let's flip around towards the back and finish off the rest of the foundation here. Let's go towards the left. So right next to this white concrete, we're going to work our way towards the right and place another 9. And now behind that, let's have another 2. And then towards the right, we're going to have some stripped spruce wood, and we're going to place 7. Now back to the white concrete, go over here and work your way towards the back by 2, and then go ahead and have another one towards the right. We're then going to skip over these 3 spaces until you're on the 4th space, and you should leave off with another 7 until you meet up with the right side over there. So now we have the entire foundation marked out for the house. Let's go back up towards the front. So this is what it should be looking like. Now let's start bringing up all the walls. Let's start over here at the front left side. Continue with the white concrete. We'll go over here to this corner, and we're going to place a 2 by 5. Like that, so just 2 blocks wide, 5 blocks in height for this section, and then the 6th block down here. Let's go towards the right corner, do the same thing. And now let's have a layer across the top to connect it together. And then right down the middle, we're going to fill in 3 spaces, leaving 2 on each side for the windows. Now on both this right and left side is going to be completely filled in with white concrete. Let's continue working our way along the side here. So where these 2 spaces are, is just going to be white concrete again. And then we're going to fill in 2 spaces here with more white concrete. You can then skip over 1. So starting here, you can place 3. And then skip over 1 again. So starting here, we're going to leave off with another 4 all the way to that corner. And then let's add the extra block at the top. And then for these 2 spaces here, once again, will be white concrete. And then we have this entire wall, which is also white concrete. So we have the entire side over here, all marked out. Now I'm here at the back. Let's go right up against this white concrete. We're just going to have a single strip. And then we're going to skip over 3 spaces. And then fill in the remaining 3 over here. And then we'll have the extra layer across the top. And then let's fill in this corner here. Just bring it up to the same height as everything else. So just an additional 5 layers. And then we'll have 2 layers here at the top. So now this will be a window. This is going to be the doorway. Now for this section where the wood is, let's be sure to grab these stripped spruce logs. At the right side, we'll fill in 2 spaces. We'll then skip over 4. So where this last space is here, we'll just bring this up. Now back to the white concrete. We'll fill in the 3 spaces here, just bring it up an extra 5 layers. And then starting here, place an additional 4 towards the left, bring this all the way up as well. We're then going to skip over 2, so starting here on this space, fill in the remaining 3. And then we'll have the extra blocks at the top. Now let's look at this side of the house. So starting back where we left off, let's add an additional 2 white concrete spaces here. We'll then skip over 2, and then the rest of this wall will be completely white concrete. And then we have the 2 spaces here at the top again. Let's continue on. So this entire section here will be more white concrete. And then we'll add 1 more space here. We'll skip over this space, have another 2. Fill in this space at the top, and then another block right underneath that one, so this window is only going to be 3 blocks in height, instead of 4 like it is everywhere else. Now where these 2 spaces are, we just want to be sure to bring this up by an additional 3. Now, right here, working our way towards the front, let's place another 6. And that will also bring this up to that same height. So we're going to have a window right on top of this, which will curve around the corner of the house here. And now the rest of the space here is going to be filled in with 4 blocks in height. Like that. And now let's wrap around up here towards the front. We'll fill in this space here. And then we have this L shape, which will also have an additional 4 layers. So this section of the house here is going to be 1 block lower than the rest of the house. Let's bring up the garage door. So back to the gray concrete. We're going to have 2 more layers on top of that first layer. So it'll be 3 in total. Then we'll switch to the black stained glass panes, have a strip of this going straight across, and then back to the gray concrete, have this right on top of that glass. So it should now be at the same height as that white concrete. And now switch to the tripwire hook, and we'll have this down here at the bottom in the middle for the handle of the garage door. Now let's switch back to the stripped spruce logs, go to where this wooden section is. Here at the right, we'll place 2, and it'll be 5 in height, so just 1 block taller than this. We'll then skip over the 4 spaces and have another 2 spaces here, which will also be an additional 5. Now back to the gray concrete. We'll fill in this L shape here, just bring it up an additional 5 layers. And then we have the single space remaining here. And now across the top we'll have 2 layers. So this is going to be where the front door is. So we went around and brought up all those walls for the first floor. Let's now start marking out where all the windows and doorways are going to be. So let's switch back to the white concrete. What we're going to start doing is going from the inside and adding an additional layer so these walls are going to be double thick. That way we could place the windows. So let's go here at this front side first, go on the inside, and all we're going to do is just add an extra layer of white concrete where we already placed this wall. So just an additional layer like that. Now let's look over here at this section where we have these smaller windows. We'll do the same thing, so we'll just go to this corner, bring it all the way to the edge here, and then just continue with that additional layer. So this section is done. Let's look at the back. We have this space all right here. So I'll just start at the right, and then just continue bringing this over. And now continue on, we'll go over to this section. So just an additional layer all throughout here until you meet up with that side. So that corner is all filled in. And then we have this window right here. So just these 4 spaces. And then how about here for the garage door, we add an additional layer of white concrete on each side. So now let's start marking out all the windows where that white concrete is. So let's grab the dark oak trapdoors again, and then we're going to need the black stained glass panes. So let's head on back over here towards the front left side, and we'll start with the dark oak trapdoors. So here for these windows, we're going to have the trapdoors on each side going all the way up. Do it over here as well. And then we'll do it for this side too. So first what we'll do is just go around with all the dark oak trapdoors. So here's what the front wall is looking like. Let's wrap around towards the side. We have these single block windows. So we're just going to have a trapdoor at the bottom and at the top. Continue on towards the back. This is the same way that we did those windows at the front. And then we have this window here too. Another one here the same way. And then another single block one here. So now we have all those trapdoors marked out. Let's wrap around back up towards the front where we started. You can switch to the black stained glass panes. And now on that second layer that we added, that is where all the glass will be. So you could just go around and do that for every window. So I filled in the glass for all those windows, and now right here where we have this corner window, let's go ahead and add the glass layer on top of this too. So it's just where all that remaining space is. Let's wrap around back up towards the front. And now let's start marking out the windows here where these wooden spaces are, and then we also have the front and back door. Make sure to switch back to the white concrete. So we'll go right behind this section here where the wood is. On each side, we're going to fill in 3 spaces. We'll then bring that up an additional 5, so it's the same height as everything else. And then we have the 4 spaces here at the bottom in the middle. And then we're going to have another 4 here at the top. And now you can switch to the black stained glass panes. This is where the window's going to be, so it's going to be 4 blocks wide and 4 blocks in height. We'll go back on the outside. Switch to the dark oak trapdoors. We'll bring this up by 4 on each side. And then we're going to have 2 right here down the middle. So we'll look at this side on top of this block, flip that up. We'll do the same thing over here. So they're both just side by side like that. And now we'll continue bringing this up by an extra 3, so it's going to be the same height as the others. So it's like this. And now you can see we still have to add the additional layer of the wood. So let's grab the stripped spruce wood again, and we're just going to place this going across the top. Let's go towards the back. We're going to do the same thing. So back to the white concrete. At the left, we'll fill in 3 spaces. We're going to do the same here at the right. So we're going to be left with this space here. So we'll go ahead and fill that in as well. And so now let's just bring this up to the same height. Like that. Do the same thing over here. And then we have the space down the middle at the bottom. And then the space at the top. Let's fill this in with the black stained glass panes. Go back on the outside. Let's grab the dark oak trapdoors again. Bring it up by 4. And then we have the space down the middle. And then the stripped spruce wood brings that across the top. Now let's mark out the front and back door, so I'll just start here at the back since we're already here. Make sure to have the black stained glass panes. We'll bring up the glass panes on each side. And then we'll go down at the bottom and curve it out, skip over the second space, and then curve out the 2 at the top. And then we have the dark oak fence, which is going to be the handle for that empty space. Let's go towards the front and do it here as well. So the glass going up on each side, curve it out at the bottom, the 2 at the top, and then the fence for the handle. Now let's start adding the lanterns. So we're going to be using the dark oak trapdoors as well as the dark oak fences, and then the chain and the lantern. So let's start with the dark oak fence. We'll look at this front wall first, right where the front door is. We'll go to this corner block, have the fence there. We could then have the dark oak trapdoor above that, the chain hanging down below the fence, and then the lantern. We're going to go on each side of the garage door, have another fence all the way here at the top, with the chain below that and the lantern. We're not going to be able to have a trapdoor at the top because this is where the overhang for the roof is going to be, so it's going to be left as it is. Let's go towards the back. And we're going to go on each side of this doorway. So in each corner, we'll have the dark oak fence again, with the trapdoor above it, and then the chain, and the lantern. And you could continue going around and adding some more light if you are building this in survival and need to make sure the build is safe. So you could have maybe a couple more lanterns over here at this side, maybe another one right around here somewhere, and then a couple more over here, or probably a few more over here at this side. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that here for part 1 for this tutorial on how to build this modern mansion. So we just went ahead and marked out all of the exterior walls for the first floor of the house. I'll see you guys in part 2. We'll probably end up finishing the rest of the exterior of the house itself in that video.